Yo, what's up guys, Lethal bringing you a Halo 4 gameplay. I really want to get this out quickly to give you my thoughts and opinions on the game. And I want to say what things they've done well and things they could improve on. First of all, this game is quite a lot like Call of Duty if you play the game. There's a new create a class system like Call of Duty where you can pick your own guns. Like from the start you can start with the assault rifle, the DMR, or another gun which I haven't really used yet. And you can pick perks and stuff. I think there's like a thing where you can see through walls, overshield, all that kind of thing when you get a kill streak. Yeah, there is kill streaks in this game as well, and now the sprint has been implemented into the game as a full feature now, and like you don't have to pick the perk like you did on Halo Reach, where you had to like select it from one of your things instead of the shield thing and the jump pack. You could pick sprint. I think this is a great thing because it makes the game more fast paced. I know Halo was a fast paced game anyway, but this makes it ridiculously fast. Like I'm running around the map, you can just sprint you can get to the other side of the map so quick and engage in people. It's just awesome, man. And the other things I think is sick was they've brought it back to the Halo 2 and Halo 3 way of like the health system. Like when on Halo Reach, I think it was like you shoot them in their head shield and you couldn't like kill them until their shield was completely down when you beat them down. But now on this game, if they're already really weak and you beat them down, it'll kill them straight away. You can see why they brought in all these features, because they kind of know Call of Duty is like the main game out there right now. It's the most popular game, and they've kind of tried to copy it, bringing in the similar style game modes, similar style way of play. It does actually feel pretty much like Call of Duty, but with a different kind of skin and obviously the shield and stuff. Another thing that has kind of let me down is the lack of competitive playlist. There is literally no competitive playlist in this game. It's just the normal, there's no ranking system at all except for like getting the extra little bit of armor. You don't really get a rank or anything like you could on the previous Halos like Halo 3 and Halo 2, which was, it made the game so much better when you can just play for a rank. It made people like literally try hard to win the game, and it's just a lot more fun, man. You can go into like Team Slayer, you had Team Snipers. Everyone was like raring to get that like level 50 rank, and now there's not much to play for really. You're just playing publics for the sake of it. But if, apparently I've read on a couple of websites, I've googled it, and they're bringing a competitive ranking playlist out after like the new year, I think. This should help the game out a lot, and people are obviously playing a lot harder to get the wins and stuff. Another thing that's quite let me down is the lack of theatre mode. Everyone knows this. They haven't implemented the theatre mode into Halo 4, which is a big letdown for the like competitive community on Halo 4, because they literally can't stream their games. It doesn't make it appealing to watch on a stream. You can literally only watch like 1 or 2 people if you have like one cap card set up to them. Obviously you'd have to set up properly, you'd have to literally have 8 cap cards on each station to stream every person, to flick between all of them. This had come up to a great cost of whoever was trying to set the stream up, and it just really wouldn't be worth it for the amount of money you'd make. But other than that, the game itself is just really polished. It's a massive improvement on Halo Reach. That game just destroyed my appetite of playing COD. I really didn't like Halo 3, but it was alright to play, and Halo Reach just destroyed it. I think I played it literally for a couple of days and that was it. It was just that bad. Like Halo 2 is the game I started really competitive and started like playing on Xbox Live. My mate across the road literally had a Xbox Live and I couldn't have it. And I just used to go around his house for hours and we just played on Xbox Live, and it was just the greatest thing ever when we first had it. It was like Halo 2 was like about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was everyone was playing it, man. All my mates got it and we all got Xbox Live, and it was just a great laugh. And it's like the team games, like the little public games you could play together, were just so good. Just going in and playing like Mike Myers and Zombies, they were like the greatest games to play with your mates, and it was just, you could keep you occupied for hours. But Halo Reach and Halo 3 just didn't really do that for me. And once they took out the competitive playlist, and that arena thing was just terrible, to be honest, because people in public wouldn't want to play the like playlist because they know they're going to get smashed. They're not going to want to play it. And whereas you'd have like, when you had a rank for every kind of game mode and game type, people would obviously want to play it all the time. So it's kind of like the COD thing really. People don't want to play competitive because they're going to get smashed, but if they're forced to play in their competitive rule set, then they're going to enjoy it more because they're going to play it all the time against decent players. It's kind of like the Black Ops 2 thing really. This league play thing is going to have a ranking system, so I guess a lot of more public players are going to get into it. They're going to enjoy it, and maybe even like start playing competitive on like game battles, or even come to like LAN events and play decerto and make their own teams and stuff. It's going to be a massive boost to eSports, but I don't think this game is going to really have a massive impact on eSports, to be honest. With, as I've said, with the streaming and the lack of theatre, the game itself is brilliant. I can't knock the game. It's just brilliant, but the developers haven't like put any thought into their competitive community at all, really. They've just made the game for the masses, really, which you can't really blame them. Halo is probably one of their main games, obviously, because it's made by Microsoft Studios anyway, and 343. Whereas Call of Duty is made by Activision, and it's made for like every console and PC as well. So it's not really their main game. It was one of their main independent games, but it's not their main internal game, which they're going to be making all the money off. Other things I wanted to go over as well were the maps. Obviously on this game, the maps I've played so far have been actually pretty good. The maps are all symmetrical, and pretty much they've got a couple of levels on, which makes it really good and fast paced. Like Call of Duty should take a leaf out of 343's books, really, and start making maps like this, because the maps are just so good, and the respawns are really good as well. Like Call of Duty, a lot of things we start moaning about is like the spawn systems and stuff, and what I've witnessed on Halo so far, the spawns have been pretty good. I haven't really had any issues with the spawns. I haven't played it competitively to know the spawns off by heart, but what I've seen so far, they've been pretty good. Moving on to the weapons as well, the weapons are pretty, the starting weapons have been pretty equal, I found. Obviously there's the overpowered ones like the rocket launcher, the sword and the snipers, but obviously you've got to risk to get those weapons because they're normally in the middle of the map, and you've got to rush there to get them, and once you get them you earn the reward of having a better gun, obviously. Lastly, I wanted to talk other features not in the multiplayer. I've started the campaign. The campaign's been pretty good so far, what I've played. There's a lot of like interactive stuff on it, where especially when you start, the first couple of missions are like, you've got a lot to learn about what's happening in the world and what's happened to the Chief over the last couple of years through the game. I can't really wait to finish the campaign, because that's the main thing I've liked in all of the Halos. It's had a solid campaign. Like Call of Duty really, but I haven't really played the Call of Duty campaign in like literally last 2 or 3 games since like Call of Duty 4. I kind of like get bored of it. I just want to get straight onto the multiplayer and just play as much as I can. But on Halo, it's got like a worthy story mode, I think, that it draws you back every time, and you always want to see what happens to the Chief and what happens in the story. So props to them for keeping the story really well and making people want to come back to it. The last thing I wanted to go over was the new Spartan Ops feature, which is like Black Ops Zombies and the Modern Warfare 3 Spec Ops mode. It's just rounds of enemies and you've got to try and get the best score. I think this is a good thing to bring in, because it obviously gives you something to do when you're not playing like campaign and multiplayer, but it is again stealing really from Call of Duty. They've really stole ideas from them on this and just implemented them. I can't really blame them, but they could have really done something more original with the game than copy Call of Duty pretty much. But that's only my opinion anyway. That's all I really wanted to go over in my commentary. I'll leave you guys with the rest of the gameplay. I think I did pretty well. I'm pretty sure I went like 33 for 4 or something ridiculous, 32 for 4. Cheers for watching. If you like this gameplay, please give it a like, please comment on it, and subscribe if you already hadn't. I'm Lethal and I'm out.
¿Te imaginas que ahora el Winter coge y pasa a nosotros y nos quedamos 3? Está así. No creo, ese se meterá con el Dark.
¿Qué acepto también el de Axe de Black Ops 2?
Está primero los dobles y yo me voy a las 4:30.
¿Cuál es el doble, tío?
We YOLO at you noob.
We YOLO you noob.
Vamos 7-0 en Team ya.
Good. ¿Qué hora te vas tú?
A las 4:30. Mañana por la mañana más cerca que estamos aquí, bro.
Nice. Ya aceptado. Here we go, I'm mad.
Vamos a ganar, que en este vamos 2-0, tú, no quiero perder el récord. Solo hay un puto reto, tío, en el tablón. Poner uno para y media, otro para el 45 y otro para las 4. Y después por la noche le decimos a Panceta y al Winter que se conecten y jugamos Team, o jugamos con algún Guiri.
Okay.
Qué ganas tengo que salga ya el Black Ops. He hablado con los de DN Gaming.
DN, tío. Eso
sea, yo le he dicho que hable con Daniel